When people think of South Korea, the first images that usually pop into mind are K-pop idols, romantic TV dramas, and futuristic technology. But is this country really the modern paradise we see on our screens? Or is there a hidden side, far less glamorous, waiting beneath all that shine? Today, we're taking a closer look at life in South Korea, its breathtaking wonders, and the struggles that often go unseen. The very first thing that hits you in Seoul is speed. Not just the bullet trains slicing through the city with clockwork precision, but the pace of life itself. The streets are alive with an almost electric energy, millions moving in sync, each one chasing their dream in one of the most competitive societies on earth. It's here that you realize South Korea is a land of extremes. Step into the subway, and it feels like you've entered the future. Digital screens light up nearly every corner, offering live updates on everything, from the weather to breaking news, even the latest fashion trends. South Koreans haven't just adapted to the digital revolution, they're leading it. With the fastest internet speeds in the world and smartphone use above 90%. This is one of the most connected nations on the planet. But that kind of connectivity comes at a cost. Walk through Gangnam, the flashy district made famous worldwide by Psy's viral hit, and you notice something unsettling, an almost obsessive focus on appearance. Plastic surgery clinics are everywhere, showcasing before and after photos like pieces of art. South Korea has the highest number of cosmetic surgeries per capita in the world, and for many young people, surgery isn't just an option, it's a graduation gift. This pursuit of physical perfection runs deep. In the corporate world, resumes still often require photos, and your looks can literally influence your career. For women, the pressure is even harsher. The ideal image demands flawless pale skin, wide eyes, and an ultra-slim figure, standards almost impossible to meet. K-beauty isn't just a trend. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry shaping how people see themselves. Walk into Olive Young, the Korean version of Sephora, and you'll find entire buildings filled with products, all promising perfect skin. 10-step skincare routines. That's considered basic. For many, hours of preparation are just part of daily life. And if beauty standards seem extreme, education is even more intense. The Sunyoung, the National College Entrance Exam, is treated like a national event. On test day, planes are grounded, businesses adjust schedules, and families gather in temples to pray. For countless students, one single exam decides not only which university they'll attend, but the direction of their entire future. The study culture here is unlike anything in the West. Private academies, called hagwons, stay open late into the night. It's not unusual to see 12-year-olds heading home at 11 p.m. after a full school day, followed by hours of tutoring. The government even passed a law banning classes past midnight. Yet many academies simply went underground. The toll is devastating. South Korea has one of the highest youth suicide rates among developed nations. The issue has grown so severe that bridges like Seoul's Mapo Bridge are equipped with sensors and messages designed to stop tragedies. Slowly, society is beginning to confront the truth. The obsession with academic excellence is costing lives. And relief doesn't come in the workplace either. Office culture is shaped by nunchi, a kind of emotional awareness where employees constantly monitor the moods and expectations of others. Long hours are the norm, with people often working 12 to 14 hours a day. Not because the workload demands it, but because leaving before your boss is seen as disrespectful. The Japanese word karoshi, death from overwork, may have originated elsewhere, but in South Korea, it has found a second home. The mighty chaebols, family-run giants like Samsung, LG, and Hyundai, dominate South Korea's economy. Landing a job at one of these corporations is the dream of countless young people. But behind the prestige lies a rigid hierarchy and a ruthless work culture. Corruption scandals, abuse of power, and inhumane conditions regularly make headlines, yet very little ever changes. Housing only adds another layer of pressure. Seoul ranks among the most expensive cities in the world, and its unique rental system, known as jaunts, forces many young people to borrow staggering amounts just to secure a place to live. Tiny apartments, no bigger than a closet, sell for outrageous sums. It's not uncommon for entire families to squeeze into spaces smaller than the average American garage. But perhaps the most troubling issue is South Korea's attitude toward women. Despite its technological and economic progress, the country still has one of the widest gender gaps among developed nations. Women face systemic workplace discrimination, are forced to choose between career and family, and often endure a culture that still treats them as second-class citizens. The feminist movement is gaining ground, especially among younger generations, but the backlash is fierce. Cases of digital spying, where men secretly film women in bathrooms, changing rooms, and other private spaces, have become so widespread they're described as an epidemic. The government has even deployed routine inspections for hidden cameras in public restrooms, a shocking reflection of how normalized the problem has become. Nightlife offers a temporary escape from these crushing pressures. Districts like Hongdae and Itaewon throb with energy until dawn, offering everything from cozy karaoke rooms to massive dance clubs that rival Ibiza. The culture of Hosik, mandatory after-work drinking, is practically unavoidable. Declining an invitation to drink with your colleagues or superiors can seriously damage your career prospects. Soju, the national spirit, flows like water. Low in alcohol, but consumed in massive quantities, it's common to see businessmen in suits staggering through the streets at sunrise. For many, these late-night drinking sessions are the only acceptable outlet for frustrations they could never voice at work. Korean cuisine, now celebrated worldwide, mirrors the country's creativity and its contradictions. Dishes like fermented kimchi showcase ancient traditions, while quirky inventions like potato-crusted corn dogs reveal a bold willingness to reinvent foreign influences. Night markets explode with noise and color, vendors shouting over sizzling grills while distorted K-pop blares from loudspeakers. But even food culture feels the weight of social pressure. Restaurants often divide customers by age and status, while mukbang, live streams of people devouring mountains of food, has become a cultural phenomenon. Critics say it reflects a society that's both isolated and voyeuristic. Nowhere is the clash between past and present more striking than in Seoul's Buddhist temples. Surrounded by glass skyscrapers, these pockets of serenity offer a glimpse of Korea before its meteoric rise. Monks in saffron robes move silently among worshippers, searching for peace in a society that rarely allows it. Religion also plays a powerful role, particularly Christianity. Megachurches with congregations in the hundreds of thousands are not unusual, many outfitted with cutting-edge technology. Some even have their own apps and live stream their services for followers who can't attend in person. South Korea's healthcare system, though technologically advanced, struggles to cope with the psychological toll of life under constant pressure. Rates of depression and anxiety are soaring, especially among the young. Yet the stigma surrounding mental health forces many to suffer in silence. Only recently has the government begun to recognize this as a public health crisis, but progress is slow. The younger MZ generation is beginning to push back. Ideas like "Waiwalo," you only live once, and work-life balance are gaining traction, though older generations often dismiss them as lazy or irresponsible. Social media intensifies these pressures. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok project flawless lifestyles, while influencers sell luxury dreams alongside beauty and fashion products, fueling endless cycles of dissatisfaction and consumerism. The government has even debated regulating online advertising due to its damaging effects on young people's self-esteem. Even public transport reflects deeper social rules. Subway cars are often informally divided by age and gender, and ignoring these unwritten codes can spark public confrontations. Reserved seating for the elderly is respected almost religiously, a clear sign of the Confucian values of hierarchy and respect. Diversity and inclusion remain pressing challenges. As a historically homogeneous society, South Korea struggles to integrate immigrants and minorities. Discrimination against Southeast Asian workers is common. And while interracial marriages are growing, they still carry heavy social stigma. The entertainment industry, which projects South Korea's glamorous image to the world, hides a darker reality. Exploitative contracts, crushing pressure on performers, and a culture of silence around peers from all over. The suicides of several K-pop stars forced the nation to confront the heavy cost of fame. And so, we return to the question we began with. Is South Korea a paradise or a cautionary tale? The truth is complicated. This is a nation that rose from the ashes of war to become a global powerhouse in just a few decades. Its pop culture has conquered the world, its tech defines the future, and its drive is nothing short of extraordinary. But all this success comes at a tremendous human cost. A society where the pressure to be perfect is so unbearable that young people choose death over failure. A culture where your appearance can dictate your future. A workplace where exhaustion is praised as virtue. Somewhere along the way, something essential has been lost. South Korea is not alone in these contradictions. Many modern nations struggle to balance material progress with human well-being, but few illustrate so vividly the extremes of what happens when competition and materialism are pushed to their limits. It is a sobering mirror for all developed societies. Perhaps the true measure of a nation isn't its wealth or technology, but how it treats its most vulnerable. By that standard, South Korea still has a long journey ahead. Yet there is hope. A new generation is questioning old values, prioritizing happiness over status, and slowly reshaping their society into something more humane. The question isn't whether South Korea is a paradise. It's whether the country is willing to confront its inner demons and find a more balanced path forward. The answer will not only shape the future of 52 million Koreans, but also offer a powerful lesson to the rest of the world about the real cost of modern progress.